Hi guys, welcome to Facebook Live with Barb, Thursday night. So it must be, I think I have soda on my lip. Sorry about that. It must be 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern. And I have no idea what time that would be in Alaska or Hawaii, but I'm excited to be here tonight for you guys. And I have some, of course, cute projects because I think all the projects I make for you guys are cute. So yay. Let me see here if I see myself on the old iPad as I see you guys jumping on. I'm assuming that I'm live, and yes. Why is it not? Okay, yes, it's going. There you go. I gotta apologize a tiny bit for the hairdo I got going on. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, and I've been kind of growing it out a little bit, and so it's a little long. And so when I'm stamping, it's always hanging down in my face, so I clip it up. And I just didn't feel like, doing the whole thing for you guys today. So hopefully my hair will look a lot better tomorrow after I get it done. And of course, it's very gray. I had to do my ink pad sponge dauber trick on the old bangs right here because the grow out is about 3/4 of an inch, which is pretty bad. So, anyway, yeah. I'm not ready to go gray. I know a lot of you ladies are gray, and more power to you. I'm just not ready to do that quite yet. Even though I did just turn 55, and now I do start to qualify for senior citizen discounts at various places, mostly the grocery store, which, hey, I'll take a 10% discount at the grocery store. Why not? So, yeah, so I might even go to the grocery store after we're done with this and just buy something because I get 10% off. Who knows? Anyway, a lot of you guys, you're watching me on Facebook, and I love Facebook Live, but Facebook can be a real bugger to work with after the fact, meaning, because usually I take this video and I download it to my computer and I edit it a tiny little bit and I add some little things, and then I upload it to YouTube so that my YouTube viewers can also watch it. But I was sick with COVID for a while, so I didn't do any lives. But I mean, the last probably 2.5 months, Facebook is making it extremely difficult for me to do that process, like making it take 4 to 5 hours for that process to work. That's too long. I don't have 4 or 5 hours to deal with the downloading. So what happens is I can download it to my computer just fine, but then the sync is off. Sync meaning my video and my audio are off by like 9 seconds. So the video will start and I'm just sitting there. 9 seconds later, I start talking, even though it doesn't match, what I'm doing, and my lips don't match the sound. So then I have to put it into one of my photo editing programs. I have to mute the entire thing, and I have to save that, which takes about 30 minutes for it to save. Then I have to load it into a different program that I have on my computer. Oh, but first I have to save the audio portion. So I open it in the one thing, I save the audio, and then I open it. Oh, then I open it in my different program. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. It's just ridiculous. Then I got to open it into a different program, mute the video, save it, which literally takes an hour and a half. I'm not even joking. I do not know what the problem is. I have 2 programs. One of them is kind of slow. The other one is, whoa, pond water. So then after I've muted that one, then I have to close the program, open the program again, put that video back in there, take the audio that I saved from the other program, overlap it onto this video, and save it again, which literally takes another hour and a half, 2 hours. So that whole process is taking me like 4.5, 5 hours, and that's insane. That's absolutely insane. I have no idea why when I download this video from Facebook to my computer, why the sync is off. I have no idea, because when we're watching it on Facebook, the sync is fine. When you watch it, say you watched it next week, the sync would be fine. Why is there a problem when it downloads to my computer? I have no idea. I'm not a technical person. I don't know anything about technology. I barely know enough to get along. And I know that I don't have 4 or 5 hours every week to get a video ready to upload to YouTube. So that long drawn out blah blah story about technology and me not getting along means that I am most likely going to quit doing Facebook Live and I'm going to do YouTube Live instead. So what will happen is I will post the link to the YouTube Live, just like I post these little reminders for you guys, on Thursdays. That I post one around noon and then I post it about 15 minutes before I go live. I am going to start posting that with a link to YouTube. And you will need to start watching me on YouTube, because then after I'm done with my live on YouTube, it's on YouTube. And I don't have to do anything to get it to be on YouTube. I don't have to spend 5 hours fighting with technology to get it to be a video that I can upload to YouTube. So this is probably going to start next week. So those of you are probably familiar with that. A lot of girls do their lives on YouTube. I do lives on YouTube for other things, like for Stamp Happy Academy. I do my lives on YouTube. When we do lives in our catalog kickoff groups or our retreat groups, we do them on YouTube. So a lot of you guys are familiar with how to use that. The only thing that kind of stinks about YouTube is you must have a YouTube account and you must be logged into it in order to comment. But the commenting is a little better. I mean, as far as interaction between you and I, it's a little bit better on YouTube than I think it is on Facebook. A lot of times on Facebook, if you guys ask me a question and I try to go back and answer it later, it's like sometimes I can't even find your question. YouTube or Facebook does something to the comments, and I don't know what they do. All I know is it's becoming extremely frustrating to use Facebook, and so I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm done. So probably next week we'll be on YouTube instead, but I mean, everything will be the same. Obviously my hair will look better, but I mean, other than that, everything should be the same. So I look forward to seeing you guys all over on YouTube. Hopefully you'll join me over there. And yeah, so it should be a good time. I don't have any funny son stories this week. My son hasn't really done anything. Or has he? Now that I say that, I'm sort of thinking that there's been something that he's done that I don't know. If he has, I'll probably think of it and it'll come to me. Before I went live with you guys, I was on the phone with my daughter. She is down in Laramie, Wyoming, in college. And she seems to call me on the day right before I go Facebook Live. So I always have to say, I can't talk. I've got to go Facebook Live. She's like, why do I always call you at this time? I don't know why you always call me at this time. Anyways. Oh, and Mary Ellen just said Facebook is not sending the notifications. Again, why? Why is Facebook doing that? If you're a subscriber to my Facebook page or you like my Facebook page, then you should get notified when I post something or when I go live. So again, what's up, Facebook? Flo is asking, did he buy that new truck? He was going to buy a piece of garbage car, Flo, and then he was going to get rid of one of his piece of garbage trucks. Well, I thought that's what it was, because he was supposed to go to Gillette, Wyoming last Friday, because I was with you guys on Thursday, and he was supposed to go to Gillette on Friday and take a car hauler and get this garbage car. Thank the Lord in heaven, the guy sold it. So he did not go over and buy the piece of junk car. I hate to this is not going to be the right word. I hate to dissuade. Is that the opposite of persuade? I hate to dissuade him from doing things that might be fun. Fixing up a piece of garbage Dodge Neon. But I also am a mother and don't want my kid throwing away his money, on some sketchy things. So it's a really hard balance for me, because he's almost 18. So, I mean, yeah, he'll still live here. But I mean, when your kids turn 18, they got to do stuff for themselves. I almost said, poop. They have to do stuff for themselves. And so I've been trying the last couple of years, to get, and I did this with my daughter too, to make them make their own decisions about things. I don't want to be the one making their decisions. Like my daughter, she's an adult now. When she called me today, she had a conundrum and she wanted me to tell her what to do. And I said, I can't tell you what to do. It's your life. You have to decide for yourself what you're going to do about this conundrum. I can't tell you that. And so I've tried to do that for both of them, as they started getting a little bit older. giving them a lot more responsibility. Like, you know, instead of me going into the school and complaining about something or, you know, needing to talk to the teacher, I make them go talk to their teacher themselves about whatever the case may be. So I've done that for a couple of years. And, you know, there's like a good side and a bad side to that. For the most part, my daughter doesn't need me anymore, which is kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. And my son's getting to that same point, you know, but I saw a little meme here a couple weeks ago that it said, you know, you raise your children to not need you because that makes them responsible adults that could contribute to society. But yet when you do a good job, it stinks because they don't need you anymore. And so it's a hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is. And, you know, you have to get them ready, you know, to be adults and to go out and live a life. So anyways, that's what I've been trying to do. So I try not to tell him exactly what to do, but I hope and cross my fingers that he, you know, that he does do some good things. So I wonder if Sue's laughing. Yes, Sue, I almost did because I was going to say poop and I said stuff because I almost said, you know, that would be bad. I don't want to have any of that on my Facebook Lives or on YouTube or anything like that because that's bad. So anyway, yeah, so there's no great update with him. Just that he didn't buy the truck. So yay, my finger crossing apparently worked. So yeah, okay. So you guys, I do have another stamp set that I want to give away. This is called Punch Party. And it was, I think it was a host set here a little while ago, maybe the beginning of the year. Anyway, it coordinates with a lot of our punches or what punches we used to have. We used to have, oh no, we still have ovals. Yeah, it coordinates with some punches that we currently have. We have the rectangle postage punch, we have the double ovals, and the hearts. And so anyways, so I'm going to just randomly at some point during the broadcast stop, and hopefully I'll remember. If I don't remember, you guys definitely somebody remind me. And then I'm just going to kind of scroll back through the comments and I'm going to pick somebody and someone's going to win. Okay, we did it last week and I sent Bonnie's stamp set out to her on Monday, so we'll do that again. And then I also have two cards to show you. I have a very beautiful card from, oh gosh, good thing her name's on the back of it. A card by Peg Herrick. Peg wanted to wish me well from having COVID. And that was very sweet of her. So thank you very much, Peg. I appreciate that very much. And then I have another kind of cool card from one of my team members, Barbara, who was thanking me for the awesome retreat that the three of me and Kelly and Dina put on here a little while ago for you. And it's a fun fold kind of card. How fun is that? So I may have to do that. Show you guys how to make that at some point. So anyway, I got a couple cards in the mail and I love seeing that. So thank you guys very much for that. And I guess I don't really have any more blah blahs. Oh, wait a minute. We haven't seen this for a while. Mandy. She's still married. She still has the same fingernail polish that she's had for, oh, I don't even know, 5 months. Clearly, Mandy doesn't do any work because Mandy's nails still look fine after 5 months. So anyway, yeah. Okay, I am going to flip this around and then we are going to get started. So here we go. I got to move. Oh, nope, that didn't flip. My apologies. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Here's Mandy. You can look at Mandy and one of my newest classes to go here while I put my little level on my phone and make sure that the view is beautiful. Okay. Now let me get these stack of boxes out of the way that I use to prop up my camera because I have done something to make this mount that I'm using not wiggly anymore. I finally got that figured out, but it's still, when I flip my camera back and forth, it's cattywampus, and so it's like my camera is like at an angle. Anyways, I can't even explain it. And you probably don't care anyway, so there you have it. Okay, so here's Mandy to help us. Oh, Mandy does have a partner here. Here we go. So this is my newest class. It's called Little Delights, and I'm also using the star-crossed embossing folder in this class. And I was going to show you my cards really quick. Normally I don't show them, but sometimes I like to show them because I want you to see the amazingness that you could get if you purchase the class. So last week during Facebook Live, we made this card, which is one of the cards that's actually going to be in the class. So there you go. And the stamps are where? Am I using them today? Yes. So here's the stamp set. It's a very cute little set. It's multi-seasonal. You can see you've got Christmas, birthdays, like falls, thank you, Halloween, and then some fun little goodies to go along with all those little holidays. And so this is what I'm using for my class to go for the month of October. Now, those of you that are Stamp Happy Academy members, you will get the PDF file of this for free. I'll be uploading that to Stamp Happy Academy next week. I think I have it on Friday. And then if you want to purchase a kit, you certainly can. And your kit will make 2 of this card, 2 of this card, 2 of this card, which is actually a gift card holder. Pretty cool. And then 2 of this beautiful card. Okay. Plus, we're also going to be making some treat bags and boxes. You can see I have a little treat bag here and a little box. So you get a couple boxes and 5 treat bags in your kit of supplies. And it's just, I think it's going to be a really fun class. I had a really fun time making the cards. You'll notice that I was using the Penguin Place Designer Series paper, but we're not using the critters. We're only using the opposite sides that will give us these fun patterns. So there you go. Okay. And of course, the links to purchase these goodies are in the description of this video. All right. So then I have my sweet little stockings class. And I'm not doing, some people don't like pets. I don't understand it, but some people don't. So if you want to take this class, you absolutely can, and you just don't have to put the pets on. So you can use this little stocking without this cute little puppy. This little stocking has a cute little kitten on it. We have a baby card, and we also have a card with the presents. So this is another class that I have right now available. Links are in the description. And you make the same number of cards. You make 8 cards, 4 different designs, 2 of each. And the links are in the description. Ooh, Kelly, Dina, and I collaborate on this class every month, our online class. And this one we're using the Merriest Moments bundle, which is that amazing folder. If you guys have seen that hybrid folder, we're doing that. I don't have all the details yet, so I don't have links to that, but it's going to be amazing. The cards are beautiful. My Peaceful Deer class, I still have, I think, 3 or 4 packets left for this. So if you have the Peaceful Deer, this is a great class to get. There's 9 different cards in it. And we are also using black glitter paper and red rhinestones and the black and white ribbon and the red ribbon. It's a really good class too. Still have a few of the Christmas season online class. I got a lot of Christmas things going on, but it's Christmas time. And if you guys are running out of time, buying kits is the way to go to get your Christmas cards done. Adhesive kits can always be added on to any class if you want for $40. Otherwise, they're $45, and the link is in the description. Stamp Happy Academy, as I mentioned, if you are a basic member, you get 4 online class files a month. Every one of us uploads all of our files to Stamp Happy Academy. So there's probably 4 times 9. There's 36 class files on there right now. And so it's an amazing value. At $19.95 a month, you have access to, all of our classes this month that we're going to be posting, all the classes going forward, plus all the classes in the past. Okay. So it's a great deal. The premium is $34.95. You get the 4 online classes, plus you get 3 live classes a month, 1 from each of us. And I will be live on Stamp Happy Academy next Wednesday evening, you guys. So if you're Stamp Happy Academy premium or live members, you can watch me next week. And then my Totally Techniques online club, if you want to join it, you must let me know. And then every month you place a $30 or more order, and you must use the host code. If you don't use the host code, I can't count your order because Stampin' Up! Has changed the way that they will or won't add host codes after the fact. So anyway, if you want in, let me know and I can explain more to you. Otherwise, there is a link in the description of this video that gives you all the details about my Totally Techniques online class. Okay, let me move my class cards out of the way. And we will bring in the items for project number 1. I think we'll do this. Okay, let me move these. We're going to be using a stamp set called Thinking, Thanks, and Peace. Oh, somebody shared my video. Barbara did. Thank you so much, Barbara. I appreciate that very much. If anybody else would like to share my video, I would very much appreciate that. So we are going to be using this sentiment set, and I like large sentiment sets because they really let you, the work is basically already done. All you have to do is just create something around the sentiment and you're done. So we're going to be doing that. So what I have is a bunch of cardstock pieces. I've got some Mossy Meadow, and let me get a ruler because I don't remember how long this is. I think it's 6 3/4. Yes, 6 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then I scored it at 1 1/4, and we're going to fold that over. Okay. And you guys are all sharing. Thank you so much. Then we have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece that we're going to put on the inside here. We have another little piece. This is a 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. I've got a 3 by 3 piece of Designer Series paper, and this comes from, let me thumb through my charts really quick here and I'll find that paper for you. And you can see all the beautiful patterns. Oh, it's on the very bottom. Okay. So it comes from the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. So these patterns are so beautiful. And right now, with it being fall and us making thank you cards and gratitude cards and maybe Thanksgiving cards, this is great paper for that. I'm using this piece right here. And this is the back of it. So we're using the kind of blues and greens. And then there's just all kinds of other gorgeous patterns. So here's the one that I'm using. So then I said this was 3 by 3. That's going to layer on a piece of Mossy Meadow that's 3 1/4 square, which is going to layer on a piece of Night of Navy, which is 3 1/2 inches square. Okay. Oh, I need a scrap of white. This, I think, will work. Yes. All right. And then I have another piece of the Designer Series paper that I was going to just glue onto the edge here of this layer for the inside, but I'll do that in a second. And where did I put, oh, this little guy. I need to stamp on this too. So out of the stamp set, when you buy this stamp set, this comes as one stamp, sending thanks with the little piece of wheat connected to it. But I didn't want to use them like that, so I just cut them in half. Or not in half, but I mean, I cut the little wheat image off of the end of the sending thanks because I knew I would never use them together. So I did that. I also cut the dove off of the piece on Earth so that I could maybe use the dove in different ways with that sentiment. So I did cut apart the dove from that. So I think we like to call that stamp surgery. And there's a tiny little Halloween stamp, and then we have this big nice thinking of you. So those are the images in here. And Lisa said this color combination, you know, isn't it beautiful? Night of Navy and Mossy Meadow. Wow. Does it get any better than that? Okay, so we need to stamp our sentiment on this. And I've decided to use Misty Moonlight rather than Night of Navy. I just kind of felt like that the Night of Navy was like too dark. I know that sounds stupid, but it was too dark. So I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight instead. And I'm going to stamp that about like this. There we go. And I have to grab a die. Hold on. I have the set of dies, and I don't know where the actual die is that I used. What the heck? Ugh. Oh, found it. Okay. So this is a long, skinny rectangle that has stitching on it. Very fun. And it comes out of the Ornate Layers die set. And you know what? I was going to check and make sure that's actually still in the catalog. It's in my box of things that I think is in the catalog, but you know, there's been more than once when I thought something was in the catalog and it was not. Oh, yay, Ornate Layers right there. Okay, whew. So you can still buy it. I hate showing you guys stuff that you can't buy because I know how frustrating that is. Because you're like, oh, that's really cool. I want that. And no, sorry, you can't have it. Okay, anyway. So I'm going to cut my sentiment. And this kind of like just barely fits on there, because if you look at the back of the die, the cutting edge is on the outside, like the outside of the die. And so this is basically how I did it. So I just kind of set it all up just like that, ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then this is what I got. Oh, we have Vicky joining us for the first time. Hello, Vicky. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate that very much. Oh, what did I just do with the dies? Okay. All right, so we have that cut out. So then I'm going to layer that onto a piece. Are these the same? By George, they are. So this piece here was 1 1/4 by 4, and then so is this. I'm just going to measure it to make sure, because I don't like believe myself. 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. Yep, it is. Okay. And then this is 1 1/2 by, I think, 4 1/2. Yep. Okay. So then these are going to layer together. So let's go ahead and get everything layered together. So I'm going to add these 2 pieces together first, and then I'll add the sentiment with some dimensionals just to have some added interest there. Hello, Sherry. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you guys missed the beginning, Facebook is a real bugger, and so I am going to start doing my lives on YouTube, because I've had it with Facebook. When I try to download these videos after I'm done, and then, you know, open them up and upload them to YouTube, the sync is off, meaning that my mouth and the sound that's coming out of it are not anywhere in line at all, and it's super annoying. And it literally takes me about 4.5 to 5 hours to fix that, and that's just time I don't have. 4.5 to 5 hours is ridiculous. So Facebook don't even know what I want to say, because I'm annoyed. But I won't be doing Facebook Lives anymore. I will be having a link to my live on YouTube in the Facebook post that I normally have on here when I tell you guys that I'm going live. I will then start having links to YouTube, because I just can't do that anymore. There used to be an option when I got done to download the video to my phone, this live video to my phone, and then I could just transfer it from my phone to my computer and do my quick editing, and it literally took me maybe an hour. But they've taken that option away. I can't download it to my phone anymore. And so the only thing I can do is to download it to my computer off of Facebook, and then the sync is all wonky, and I'm done. I'm done with Facebook. Okay, so we are going to add a strip of adhesive here and add this piece of Designer Series paper. This is 3/4 of an inch wide. And then I made it way too long, clearly. But I am just going to do this. I know, Teresa, but what I'm going to do is I'll have a link. I'll still have my same thing that I have on Facebook here, telling you guys that I'm going live and like the timing and everything. I'll just have a link to the Facebook, or link to the YouTube video in it. So hopefully you'll still be able to find me. I just can't spend 5 hours, you know, trying to fix a video anymore. It's just ridiculous. And Facebook does not care. They don't care about anybody. So if you're having problems or something, they literally don't care. You can't talk to anybody about anything. There's nobody ever available. And so, yep, I'm done. Okay, we need to do some stamping on these 2 pieces here. And I'm going to bring in a scrap, and this is one of those 6x6 grid sheets from the Stamparatus. Gosh, I'm losing my brain power now. So I'm going to do some stamping on this little strip here, and then this little piece here. So what I might end up doing is I might end up just sticking this inside and then stamping on it. We'll see. I haven't figured that out yet, because I probably should have done it before I put this all together. Okay, here's my little wheat, and then here is my Mossy Meadow ink. And so I'm just going to do a little random stamping, I like to call it, where you just kind of start inking your stamp, and then you just kind of randomly stamp it. And let's try that. And come down. What do I want to do? Maybe I'll go out from there like that. No, I don't really like that too much, but it is what it is, and we're keeping it. Okay. And then that. And then sometimes if I have like tiny little spots, like there's a little corner there that I feel like needs it, and there's a little empty space right here that I might bring a tiny bit in. Okay. And then this piece here, I'm gonna stick a scratch paper in there, and I'm gonna stick another one underneath. Okay. Here we go. And we're going to do the same thing. And just kind of randomly get the images on there. And typically I don't get the same, like if I did this again, it wouldn't look the same. Because I would stamp these in a different order, maybe not exactly in the same spot. So it's just kind of fun, I think, to do random stamping. And then you can always come back and add a little bit after the fact, after you're done. There. Okay. Oh, Jean, you're so funny. Jean says that she'll stalk me. Oops, she means follow me wherever I go. Thank you very much, Jean. I appreciate the support. I wish it didn't have to be that way, but it does. Okay, so, oh, actually, you know what? I wanted to put this little wheat. Here's a trick in case you stick your inside layer in before you stamp it. Normally, when you put adhesive on, you don't get it right to the edges. And so you can put your scratch paper in there, and then you can stamp on it. Because this is what I would normally do. I would stamp, and then I might stamp another little one there, and another little one here. There we go. Okay, so then I didn't have to get any on the edges there. So there you go. All right. Then, oh, you know what? That's going to show. Yeah, who cares? Okay, so then we're going to attach this piece to this and this. So you're kind of have to eyeball this. You're going to want to like kind of hold this into place. Let's lay it on there and then sort of see how much adhesive, like how much room do you have for adhesive for this big layer. And as you can see, it's not much. It's just like a little tiny bit. So I recommend using a liquid glue for this. And we will just put, whoops, we got a glue booger. Hold on, we got to get rid of it. Otherwise the glue won't come out. And this is a square, excuse me. So it doesn't matter, you know, what side I put the glue on. And I'm going to try not to put very much because I don't want it to squish out. So if I have to use my finger to kind of brush it around, that's what I'll do. Okay. So again, you're going to put this on here. You're going to close that. Make sure your glue is where you think it is. And then attach these. And try to get them straight. And that's what liquid glue is kind of nice for, because you do have what I like to call wiggle room when you're using it. So you have a chance to, yay, that worked out well. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to attach this right across the middle, okay? And I'm just going to scribble it a little bit like that. And again, we're going to try to center it as best we can. And I am with you guys. This color combination is, whoa, it's very rich. It's very pretty. I like it a lot. Okay, so then we have this kind of fun fold going on here. But then I wanted to add a bow. But I didn't know what color I wanted to add. But we don't have any Mossy Meadow ribbon, and we don't have any Night of Navy ribbon. So what's a person to do? Well, let me show you. You can do this. Okay, so we have soft succulent, and this pale papaya ribbon, okay? And neither one of them is the right color, obviously, but I have Stampin' Blends. So I thought, what would happen if I took this ribbon and I colored it with Mossy Meadow? This is the dark, and I'm using the brush tip, and look at that. because I'm already kind of starting with green. And so, look how perfectly that matches. Isn't that awesome? And then I thought, well, you know, I got this blue. I didn't actually try it on this soft succulent. I could. I ended up using the pale papaya, but I think this might work as well. Yeah, you could totally use the soft succulent for either one of these, and it would work brilliantly. But I actually went ahead and did the navy on the pale papaya, and this is what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so it matches good. Here's my Mossy Meadow. I just didn't know which one I wanted to use, which bow I wanted to use. So maybe you guys can help me out. I'd like to have your opinions. Should I use navy or mossy ribbon on this card? So you guys let me know what you think, navy or mossy, in the comments, and we'll see what you guys think. So while you're doing that, I've got some holiday rhinestones here, and I thought these little blue jobs might look really nice on here somewhere. So let's add some. All right, I think I would put them up here, and then maybe, I don't know yet. I'll have to wait and decide, see what you guys think as far as the navy and mossy and everything. Okay, what do we got here? We've got blue. I think the navy is winning, you guys. Blue, navy, 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 navy. Mossy, mossy. Oh, you know what? The comments on my iPad are not the same as the comments on my phone. Why is that? See, that must be a dumb Facebook thing. I don't know. Blue, green. I honestly think that the blue, I think the blue is a winner. Would you guys agree with that? Maybe. I think we're going to go blue. Okay. So I need glue dots, obviously. So I already tied my knot. We'll pick off the glue dot there. And I thought we could just stick it right here. Whoops, that's not exactly where I want it. I want it a little closer in. Like that. Okay. So we have that. And now I need, are these my nice scissors? No, they're not. I can't find, I had like a brand new pair of snips and I can't find them. And so I've got my old ribbon scissors that Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell anymore, but they freaking should because I love these things. All right, so I got to put one more dot. Did I lose it? Yes. I guess we could just stick it right down here. That would be a little bit of bling. So that's just a little tiny bit of bling. And then we have this fun inside, and there you go. So there's kind of like a different kind of a fun fold. And it uses a lot of pieces of design or of cardstock, but I'm sure we all have tons of scraps laying around, am I right? That we would love to get rid of. So this is a good way to do that with a card like this because it uses a lot of smaller pieces. Okay, let me get all this stuff out of here. I do need to clean this off before I stick it back in there, because if I don't, then invariably something gets ink on it, and then Barb touches it, and then it's just a problem. Okay, there we go. Close up the old chamois. Move that, move that, move that. Save this bow for something else. You know, I could make another one of these cards exactly the same and use the Mossy Meadow bow. Or you know what you might be able to do is you might be able to like do everything opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like have the base be navy, and then of course this would be Mossy Meadow. This would be navy. This would be the same. This would be Mossy Meadow. This would be navy, and then you'd stamp your sentiment in the mossy, and then use the mossy bow. That might be something interesting to try. Okay, let me get rid of this bucket and bring in the next one. And in this one, I'm going to be using the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. And now this paper was a paper that was in our last year's holiday catalog, I believe is where it was. And then it carried over to this year's holiday catalog. Oh, Pam said that could be a masculine birthday card. Absolutely. If you just change the sentiment, find a long birthday sentiment, absolutely that could be for a guy. So we're going to be using this paper. And where's my little package here of goodies? Okay, so I have a bunch of goodies here. This is another kind of fun fold card. And I have chosen to use this pattern of the Designer Series paper because I thought it was really fun. So this is what we have right now. We have a layer of real red that is 8.5 by 4 1/4, and then it's scored at 3 inches. So then when you fold that up, you have a 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch card. So then this layer of Pear Pizzazz is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And that is going to be the layer we're going to add the Designer Series paper to. And so this measures 2 3/4 by 4. So we're going to add our Designer Series paper to the layer of Pear Pizzazz. And this is going to be a super, super slight border, like 1/16 of an inch border, all the way around. Very slight, but it's enough that it helps the paper kind of pop off of the card base. Okay, let me add some adhesive to the back of this. And then we'll add that to, oh, hold on, we're not going to do that yet because I do want to stamp something on the inside here. I chose to use the Frosted Gingerbread stamp set. I thought it looked really good. A lot of the images work great, I feel like, with the Heartwarming Hugs paper. Obviously, their gingerbread bundle has its own paper, but I thought it looked good with that as well. And so in that set is a really long border image, okay? And so I wanted to stamp that right on this so that when you kind of open the card, you do have a little bit of interest in there. So let me bring in my real red. We're just going to do tone on tone stamping here. So red on red. And I need to, well, I'm just going to go with the whole thing for the most part. I think, oh, I didn't stick my finger in. I thought for sure I stuck my finger in this. What do you know? Okay. So I am going to try to line this up with the bottom of the card. There we go, I hope. We'll press this into place. Oh, wouldn't you just know it? I should have used, what do you call those? A foam pad. Well, you know what? I wonder if I could fix that. I don't think I can. So I am going to try, but I don't think I can. And so then no, I can't. I'm going to get a new piece of red because that's not going to fly with me. Okay, so I need 8.5 by 4 1/4. Hold on. Let me cut this and score it. Okay, I've got a new piece here, and we are going to use a foam pad. Now let me get one. Oh, there's a chapstick. And I'm going to put my foam pad underneath this. And we're going to try this again. Okay. So, you know, most of the time I don't need a foam pad when I use our photopolymer stamps. Just every so often I do, and this is one of those times. All right, we're going to try this again. I think my spacing was good. As far as, like, you know, lining it up with the bottom of the card. I think I did that all right. I just needed a little cushion underneath. There. Much, much better. Okay. So let me put this ink away for the moment while I fold this and burnish that, and then we can go ahead and add our Designer Series paper layer. And this one's going to have even, you know what, maybe I need to bring this up just a hair. Okay, let's try this. I tried to pull my score line up just a bit. It didn't work so great, but I think we'll be all right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to line this up with this side hold on. Did I even do this right? Did I measure this right? Yeah, it's 5.5. Okay. All of a sudden, it looks like it wasn't the regular size card. All of a sudden, I was like, what did I just do? Okay, so I'm going to do this. And I obviously have too much on this edge here, but I'm going to bring in a trimmer and I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so there. Fix that. All right, so then we also have a little piece of pear pizzazz, and this measures, I think it's 3. Nope, 2 3/4 by 9.5. And then I just folded it in half. Okay. And then I have 2 pieces of white, and they are 2.5 by 4.5. And one's going to go on the outside, one's going to go on the inside. I just got to decide if I want to stamp anything on this before I stick it in there. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to use some die cuts. So I'm just going to add this to the inside of this little layer here. And so this is basically the place where you would like write your message. So this is definitely a card that you could send to somebody that you don't have a whole lot to say. You know, sometimes, you know, if you send a Christmas card, if you don't enclose a letter, you kind of feel like, oh, I should say something. Well, you wouldn't have to say very much. Not that you don't like the person. Maybe you just, you know, you don't see them as often as you would like. Okay. Let's get this attached to the inside of the card. I'm sure none of us have those people on our list. Okay, so I'm going to try to bring it about 1/2 inch down from the top. Basically, I'm centering it from top to bottom, like my score line in the top is what I'm trying to center it. So I'm centering it from top to bottom and from side to side as best that I can. Sometimes I can't see. Okay. Carol says I crack her up. Good. I was thinking, oh man, did I just offend some people by saying that? But I didn't, apparently. Well, I didn't offend Carol, so there you go. I have to take a drink of this Diet Pepsi. Hold on. I can feel me getting parched. Okay, so this is how it's going to go. So they would open up, and you could actually write something there. And you know what else you could do? I just thought of this just right now. You could put a gift card in here if you wanted to. So you could glue it. You could like even just use a couple of glue dots, glue your gift card in there. That folds, and then you can have a gift card holder. Oh my gosh! What do you know about that? Okay, well let's just do it. I have some glue dots here. This is a pretend gift card. I mean, it's not a pretend. It was real at one time, but it's not. It's used up. Even has a mark on it. Now I'm going to kind of take some of the sticky off of this before I stick it in there, because I want to be able to remove it since this isn't really a legit gift card. So I want to remove it without like destroying the paper. Oh my gosh, that's just brilliant. I just thought of that. I was not going to do that, but now we are. Okay, so now we have the little front piece that we want to decorate. It's the same size. And I'm going to start by using one of the sentiments in the stamp set. It says, wishing you a Merry Christmas. We're going to stamp it in red. And I'm going to stamp it kind of up at the top, over to the right. Oh, we're going to see if we can get it straight. I have really been on the struggle bus. And I even use these blocks that I have, these little things that Stampin' Up! Used to sell. These like little window cling grids. And I even use those. And whatever. It worked, so that's good. Except there's ink right there. So hold, please, while I get... Oh, I have a wipe right here. Sometimes I don't always have wipes next to my desk, but I do right now. So I'm just going to get that. That's when I used that large border stamp. So I got ink on the edges of my pad, which, you know, I'm going to get on my fingers if I don't clean it up right now. Okay. There. We've just saved our project. I think I'm cleaning up my hands because now they're kind of damp and I don't want them to get on the paper. Okay. Whew. All right, I need a scrap of white. Oh, not that. That's kind of a scrap, but not. That's going to have to work as a scrap. We need a scrap of Mossy Meadow. That should work. We need a scrap of Pear Pizzazz. This should work. Okay, so In case you're not familiar with the dies that come with this bundle, here they are. There is a fun border die that is really cute. And then there's a lot of dies that I'm not exactly sure what you do with them. Like all these little circles. I don't know exactly. Let me look at the stamp set. I mean, I guess you could use that to cut that out. You could use that to cut it out. I guess you could use some of these, but this stamp also has its own die. So you already have this little circle die. So maybe you just have a bunch of circle sizes. So that might not be such a bad idea. Okay. So we have those circles to do the little candies. We also have, you know, the double ornament, the double bell, the double star, and then the double snowflake. We're going to use the ornament on this card. And then we have some fun little pinwheels that could almost be like peppermint candies or something. And so there, we've got all those too. Okay, so I need to stamp the ornament on the white. So here we go. Here's our ornament. I'm stamping it in real red. And we'll just stamp it right down here. There we go. And then we'll die cut that. We're also going to die cut the Mossy Meadow. Is it the Mossy Meadow or is it the Pear Pizzazz? Hold on. Okay, the Mossy Meadow is also going to be the solid ornament. And then I am going to take this detailed ornament and do it from the Pear Pizzazz. Okay, you guys are saying the circles go on the pinwheels. But there was already a thing for those. That's what I don't understand. So we have a group of 3 circles, and then we have a bunch of single circles. So I think they do, Janine. So I wasn't quite sure why we would need a die that's, you know, a trio and then a bunch of singles. But okay, that makes sense. I was just thinking you could just make a bunch of different circles in a bunch of different sizes. I don't know. You could probably do either. Okay, so by the magic of TV, I've already done all this. Here's that. Here's that, and here's that. And then I also did do some other little die cutting here. Let me get all my paper out of the way so I can dump those out. So I did use the trio die to, you know, because those are a little trio of, and then this was a little single that I did just because I don't know, I wanted to check it out and see what's the haps with all these things. So, obviously we're going to layer this Pear Pizzazz detailed die cut over the Mossy Meadow solid, the red. It's good. Then I have a bunch of these little pinwheels or peppermint candies, whatever you want to call them. I think pinwheels is kind of fun. And when I was kind of designing this card this afternoon, I thought, you know, wouldn't those little pinwheels look super cute with some metallic pearls on them? So I tried one and I loved it. So I decided to go for it. Okay, so the front piece here, we just need to adhere our little things. But before I actually add this to the card, I covered it with Wink of Stella. Okay, so I just took my Wink of Stella and I just covered the whole thing. So it's all Wink of Stella'd. Okay, so it's ready to go on to the card. If I would have been smart, like on this one, I die cut it with adhesive sheets. Well, you know, we could probably still do it. That might make it easier. I'm going to get a scratch paper in here because sometimes when I squirt my Wink of Stella, it like squirts out super fast and makes a mess. And so if I don't have my scratch paper down, oh, just like that, see? So it makes a mess sometimes. So I'm just going to Wink of Stella this whole thing. And we need a little more. Here we go. That might be too much. And since this one has adhesive sheet on the back of it, it'll make it a little bit easier. I won't have to like squirt liquid glue all over it and fight with that, which, I mean, I don't really, I've got that down pretty good. Okay. So we'll just pull that off and let that dry. Wait a minute. What? Almost looks like there's too much wink in some spots. Is that possible? Can there be too much wink? I don't know. We'll wait till it dries and we'll see what happens. So instead of dinking around with that. Oh, I have Wink of Stella now. Kind of everywhere. We're going to go ahead and add this one with some dimensionals. I had some dimensionals here a second ago. Let's see. Make layered peppermint candles with extra dies and pinwheels. Can you actually do that? We shall see. Oh, get off there. Okay. So I'm going to set this one just a tiny bit on an angle. Not a whole lot. And is this dry? I think it's dry enough. Okay, so I obviously didn't put enough of this backing or this adhesive sheet on here. This might actually be harder than just using glue because I think my paper is still a little bit wet from the Wink of Stella. It hasn't completely dried yet, so I don't want to damage it peeling that off. Okay, that worked out pretty good. I'm getting Wink of Stella all over my hands. I'm going to be one shiny stamper this evening when I'm working. I'm trying to get this video figured out. So I'll be going to bed about midnight when my video finally, is ready to go, since Facebook can't seem to help a girl out. All right. So in case you guys are just starting to watch me, I am going to be starting my lives on YouTube next week because Facebook is not my friend. And they make it extremely difficult to download and edit. And the sync is always off, meaning that, when I'm talking, it's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm saying. It's like it's ahead of me or behind me. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys probably know when you watch a video of someone and, they're talking, but it's totally off. That's what happens. And then it takes me an actual 4 to 5 hours to fix it. And I'm done doing that. I don't have that kind of time. Okay. So this one, I thought I would just kind of tuck underneath. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue on the back of this. And we'll just tuck that slightly under. Get off of there. Hello, I said slightly under. Okay. There. Press it down. Carla says she likes YouTube better. Well, good. Because that's what we're doing. Because I'm done with this. I can't take it anymore. So I will just be posting a link to YouTube on my Facebook, just like you guys have seen all my, like today when I was telling you that I was going to be live. It'll just have a link to YouTube, and you can just click on that, and you can join in the fun that way. Okay. I think I'm going to use this little teeny tiny one right there. That's a Pear Pizzazz. And I do have Mossy Meadow. I thought I had a big one, but I don't see it. So we're just going to go with little, and I should have used adhesive sheets on these too. But like I said, I'm pretty good with liquid glue. I find that you don't need much, and if you're seeing what I'm doing here, you'll see that it's the tiniest amount. But you really don't need any more than that, I have found, because it will stick. And then you don't have glue squirting out all over, getting all over your project, which I know is super annoying for some of us when that happens. And if I get too much glue on it, I just stick it onto my finger, and then we can do that. Okay, I'm going to wipe this glue off my hand. I'm going to move that just a touch. Okay, and we're going to bring in our gold bling. Julie keeps saying YouTube is better. Good. I'm glad you hear you say that, Julie. Not that I haven't used YouTube. I have, and I haven't. The funny thing is, when I first started using YouTube to do Stamp Happy Academy, it would always kick me out. I'd just be stamping along, chit-chatting, and all of a sudden I would be kicked off. Although I haven't been kicked off for, 4 or 5 months now, so I don't know, maybe I was doing something, operator error. It's entirely possible because I am not very techie. Like I said, I know enough technology to get by, which is not much. Okay, where's my seal? I'm going to add this to the front of this little flap here. We'll add a tiny bit on the sides. This really turned out good. I'm really excited. Okay. There we go. then, since I do have some of these little peppermints, I thought, you know, maybe we could add a few, couple, 3, I don't know. We could add some on the inside, maybe like so. I don't know. That just makes even less room that I have to write in, right? All disappear, frustrated. Kathleen, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. For me, the comments are always there. I don't know if it's like your type of device. On my iPad, I don't see all the comments, but on my phone, I do. So I don't know. It's probably a Facebook thing. Okay, so there it is, our fun little card that we turned into a gift card holder. What about that? Yay! Okay, and then of course, you could decorate an envelope. Let me grab one. Oh, whoops. I need white. White envelope. Here we go. We could just add that little trio of candies on the front. Oh, I just noticed there's these little teeny tiny ones. Oh my gosh, how cute are those? I wonder if we can get those on the envelope somehow. Maybe we can. Let me find a block for them because they're so cute. Okay, we need a scratch. Oh, that's the one that's got Wink of Stella all over it. We'll use this one instead. Okay, so, oh my, look what I see. Look at that. That's ink that I probably had on my hand that I got on my pad. Because clearly, I'm a messy stamper. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. So if we just kind of stamped it sort of off, and then we grabbed this little thing here, what could we do with it? Oh, maybe it could be like that. That is really cute, isn't it? And then we could do that. And maybe we could add a couple right there. Oh, I smeared it. Maybe whoever I send this to will think that the post office did something to it. Okay. That is super cute. Okay, now we're done with it. All right, so I will leave that there for the moment, and I will pick up all my little bits and put them back in a container, and I will use them on another project. Okay, I need to clean off my stamps. Thanks, you guys. That actually turned out better than I thought. See, there's just something about stamping with other people that's very inspiring. So, yay. Okay. Clean that as best we can. Then we can put all these away. Glue dots. That. Okay. I will bring all those. Oh, you know what I meant to do? Hold on. There was more. There was more for this. I wanted to add some gold twine, the Simply Elegant trim, and I have a piece because I took it off the spool and I ironed it so that it would be straight. And so when I made my little bows, it wouldn't be all kind of crazy. So I use a paper towel. I put a paper towel on top of the twine, and then I use my iron. If you don't, you'll ruin the twine. It'll melt. Well, that didn't work out so great. Hold on, let me... What in the heck is going on? I am trying to untie this knot that I just made. Please, come on. Okay. We're going to try that again. And I do that with lots of ribbons. If they're too curly or too, I don't know what the word is, but a lot of times, especially these little twines, they can really get annoying, I find. And so I use an iron and a paper towel, and then they are pretty good. Okay, so we have our little bow here, 2 of them. Snip off some of that. Okay, and I thought we'd put them on the ornaments because why not? Seriously. All right, so I am going to roll a glue dot, kind of like into a tube a little bit. And I'm going to stick it right at the base of the ornament hanger. And then I'm going to stick my bow right there. And we're going to do it on this one too, right there. And we'll add a bow to that ornament. And we'll add a bow to this ornament. Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay. And now we can snip even more off. I just had to figure out where I wanted the tails to be and how long I needed them to be. Whoops, that did not work at all. And this last one. Okay, now it's done. Seriously. Okay. All right, let me get my final bucket over here. And we are going to make a little treat bag. This is something that you can make if you order my online class. The little, where's my stamp set go? I had it because I showed you guys it earlier. Here we go, Little Delights. You're going to get some of these little treat bags in your kit. You're going to get 5 of them. So they're just little bags like this. They're gusseted, and when you open them up big and fat, then they do get pretty good sized. And you can put some treats in there. And I just happened to be in my local grocery store, and I found these Hershey's Kisses in these fall patterns. Aren't these so cute? They're like cinnamon cider, pumpkin pie, and I think this is mint, but I'm going to use just jade, so I'm not going to have as many of these in my package because I don't want the green to get overshadowed. So I want to use jade. Okay, so I am going to pull out like a lot of the pumpkin pie ones, a lot of the cinnamon cider ones, and then just a few of the green ones. Okay, so we're going to throw these. Oh my gosh, this bag, all of a sudden I can smell chocolate. And I want to eat it. Okay, we need a few more in here, so we'll just grab a few more of the orange and cinnamon cider ones. And of course you can fill it up as big as you want, and you can always cut the top off if you don't want the bag to look, you know, like, oh, you're being stingy or something. You could cut the top off. Okay, so because I'm going to use just jade, like I said, I wanted to have a couple of green ones in there, but not a whole lot. So I'm going to be using the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack, and we're going to use the Just Jade gingham, and it also comes with a nice white that you can dye, and then the Misty Moonlight twine in here too. So you will get some of these in your kit. If you order the kit, you'll get some of this ribbon too. Okay, so we're just going to kind of bunch it up. And we're just going to tie, I think we're just going to tie a knot. I'm just trying to get so I'm not using as much. So I've been using this ribbon a lot lately because I really, really like it. Uh-oh, I think I might not be live anymore. If that's the case, I'm going to cry. Oh, I'm back now. I don't know what's going on. Facebook just cut me off, I think. Whatever. Okay, so we have tied this into a knot. We are cutting off the ends. So cute. Then we're going to make a little tag. So I need some white cardstock. And I need some stamps out of here. So I have the You're Such a Blessing, and then I have this little piece right here. Okay, so I'm going to start out by using some Just Jade ink. Push all my chocolate and everything out of the way. So I'm going to ink the thing up full strength in here. I'm going to stamp it off once, and then I'm going to stamp it onto my scrap. I'm going to clean this. Okay. And then we're going to take the pumpkin pie. Oh, good, because in my iPad said I was gone. So Yikes. Okay, so this little flower right up here at the top in the corner fits right in the corner of your pad. Okay, so if you just kind of tap that on your pad, you can get that whole thing inked up. And then we're going to stamp it off. And then I'm going to stamp it. Where do I want to stamp it? I'm going to stamp it. Oh, I should look at my cheating thing here. Where do I have it? Oh, right over here. So we're going to stamp it once right there. And then I'm going to ink it up again. Stamp it off. And I'm going to stamp it over here. Like so. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment in cinnamon cider, because I swear those candies are made for cinnamon cider. So cute. Yes, Carla, this is a set in the holiday catalog. It is really cute. And I'm so happy that I bought it. And I'm doing a class with it because it's so adorable. All right, I'm going to do one more, I think. Well, actually, let me punch this out and then I'll see. So I'm going to use my everyday label punch. And I am going to punch this out. So we'll try to center it as best we can. Okay. And now we can look and see if we need to stamp another one of these little pumpkin pie friends here. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to stamp it like right down here where the word is. Just like that. Okay. So then we are going to poke a hole in this tag. And we're going to bring in that gold thread, or that gold stuff again. Here's my gold stuff again. I guess I could move that so it's not in the way. And then I have some floss threaders. I need a floss threader here. Okay, so I need to poke a hole. Where's my take your pick tool? And my pad. So I'm just going to poke a little hole like right up here in the top. Just big enough for that twine to go through. And so if you use a floss threader, you can pull that through fairly easily. Okay. Then we can use our floss threader again, and we can stick it up underneath our knot. There it is. It's coming out. And we can pull our one of our ends of our twine through. And then all we have to do is tie a little knot up here at the top. Well, I probably need to give myself a little more so I have more to work with, because I need to make a loop and then pull my twines through. Okay, and then we'll just pull that taut, cut the ends off. And how cute is that? Seriously, that is adorable. And then you have a cute little gift bag. And like I said, if you feel like you don't want to appear chintzy, you can, cut off the top of the bag. But oh my gosh, is that not adorable? And look how it matches. That's what just kills me. So yes. All right. So let me bring in the rest of, or the other projects that we made. Push all this stuff out of the frame so it's not making a mess and looking crappy. Okay, so we have our cute little treat bag using the Little Delight stamp set, and then we have our fun regular card turned into a gift card live in front of you guys using the gingerbread or frosted gingerbread bundle. And then we have our sending thanks kind of fun fold card, and this one uses, again, because I think this is an overlooked set, it's called Thinking Thanks and Peace. And I think that's kind of fun. I like having those large word sets, and then you can just decorate them. So again, remember guys, next week I'll be on YouTube, but I will have a link on Facebook so that you can still come to Facebook. You can still come to my Facebook page. You're still going to get the notification of the post that I make on Facebook that I'm going live. It's just that rather than coming to Facebook, you can just click that link in the post. You'll go right to YouTube. If you want to comment and have fun, you need to create a YouTube account, and you must be logged in order to comment on YouTube. So if you don't have a YouTube account, head over to youtube.com, create yourself an account. I think you just need a Gmail address. You can make one up quickly. And I think that's all you need. And then just make sure you're logged in, and we'll be able to have a great time next week. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.